The third dimension of education, an introduction. So this is the topic they have suggested to me. Since I'm involved in National Service Scheme for more than, hello? Since I'm involved for more than 2.5 decades in National Service Scheme, they have expected me to speak on this subject. So I will directly come to this topic. The topic entitled the NSS, the National Service Scheme. You are all familiar with National Service Scheme in different capacities. Probably some of you have taken up the responsibility of NSS program officers in your colleges, and some may not be, or you may be involved in NSS as
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Since I'm involved for more than 2.5 decades in NSS, so they have opted me to speak on this topic. Though I'm a basically I'm a geography professor, but in spite of it, I have asked to speak on NSS. So it's a great honor for me to speak on this topic. But we are all belong to one community. We are all educationists. So in different capacities, we are contributing in the promotion of education, and we are contributing for the development of the great youths of our country in different capacities. So coming to this my presentation, I have planned to present my entire topic this way, starting with introduction to education and the National Service Scheme, where I will speak on history and philosophy of NSS, then aims and objectives of NSS. Then at the second stage, I will speak on the concept of extension as a third dimension of education, specifically how National Service Scheme plays as an extension, and it helps students as well as teachers, and what is its significance, how it play its significance role in molding both teachers and the students, how it will influence in the overall development or the holistic development of student as well as the teacher. Since you are all in the initial stage of service, it is very, very important to mold your personality, involving with students in the days to come. It is very, very important. So you are not just molding the students' personality. At the same time, you are also molding your personality also, and by that you are going to serve this country in a bigger way. So with that expectation, I will start my presentation. So coming to this National Service Scheme, which is considered as the third dimension of education. So before I speak on extension, I would like to speak a little bit on the education. So we are all know education is a multifaceted process. It is aimed at developing individuals and contributing to the societal progress. So here two parts are involved: individual development, and by developing individually, so then one should contribute for the societal development. So that way, the end product, or the end the ultimate expectation of education should reach the societal benefits. So with the help of education, the society should get benefit in addition to the individuals. So first, initially, individuals should get benefit. He should be strong, he should be knowledgeable, he should be communicable, he should be empowered, he should be skillful, something like that. And at the end, all these qualities and aspects should penetrate to the society, and society should get benefit. So it goes, what this, education should go beyond acquiring knowledge. It should change, or it should develop the personality of the students or the youths of our nation, and it should develop the critical thinking among the youths or the students. So probably you have heard the national education policy, new education policy of 2020. So where Bloom's taxonomy you have heard, where this they have given much importance for this critical thinking and creative thinking and problem solving and decision making. All these aspects have given much importance. So here the ultimate aim, it is not just providing knowledge or inculcating the acquiring the knowledge. It should enhance the personality of the youths, specifically the students. Then it should make students to think critically on various aspects, day-to-day aspects. It may be scientific thinking, rational thinking, rationality, so something like that. And with the help of education, the youth should prepare for the future, whatever the kind of challenges will come up in the life. So they should ready to face and take up the challenges of the future. So in order to take up these challenges and ready for the future citizens, this education should provide all the facilities and all the required things it should provide. And similarly, with all this, the purpose of education is to equip individuals with the skills and knowledge necessary to become productive members of society. So this point is very, very important. So whatever you gain from the education, whether it may be information, or it may be knowledge, or it may be skill, or it may be practical knowledge, or it may be theoretical knowledge, or it may be conceptual knowledge. So at the end, it should reach to the society, the productive members of the society. So these educated youths or the students should benefit to the students, or they should be productive and contribute to the society, and they are in a position to make informed decisions, whatever may be the kind of decision they take in their course of life. So they should be in a position to take informed decision in all walks of life, and they should act as leaders. So they should mold their personality, and they should be in a position to influence the society in a positive manner, and they should be the role model for the society. So in one way, they should be the torch bearers of the to the society. So that is the whole the purpose of education. We should make the youths or our students empowered, skillful, knowledgeable, resourceful, and they are able to take wise decisions, and they are able to think scientifically, critically, then creative thinking. All these qualities they should possess. So that is the purpose of the education we know. So this is just a model which is showing how education helps in molding a youth or a student. That is personality development, knowledge acquisition, skill development, then socialization, contribution to society, then lifelong learning. So ultimately, all this will make a student or an youth to for the comprehensive education. And with the help of this comprehensive education and with this all these qualities, they should be able to contribute to the betterment of the society. Then look into the national service scheme. So initially what I is on education. So where we understood the students or the youths are going to get the knowledge, tools, then information, then the way of thinking, the futuristic aspects, then problem solving, decision making, all these are going to be, they are going to equip with the help of this education. So in that context, uh, how this national service scheme is going to make its contribution as a part of education. So we know that national service scheme is part of our education system. If you look into all the education policies of our country, so this national service scheme and other extension activities have got important place, and they have played very important role earlier also, and even in all these education policies they have given much importance, and they have recognized the role of national service scheme, then national cadet corps, then other student activities like rangers, rovers, scouts, guides, Red Cross. So the variety of these organizations have been encouraged, and among all this, national service scheme is one of the very important and the largest organization in the country, which was established in 1969 by the government of India, by the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports in 1969. So the purpose of this NSS was to develop the students' personality through voluntary community service. So if you look into this purpose, the purpose of education and the purpose of national service scheme, more or less they are going hand in hand. So as I said, the personality development, the overall development is the goal of education. And similarly, the national service scheme is also having that aim of developing the personality of youths of our nation, especially those who are enrolled in different colleges or academic institutions. But the mode of personality development and empowering is through the community service in national service scheme. It is often referred as third dimension of education. That is the core point of our discussion in our whole presentation. So I will mention this NSS is considered as the third dimension of education because through NSS, we carry out extension activities. Through these extension activities, we are going to bridge or connect or transform the academics or campus with the community. So that is the purpose of this extension. So through this the agency of national service scheme, we try to bridge between campus and community. So that way we considered national service scheme as the third dimension of education. So here it connects the gap between classroom or otherwise lab and community, and it fosters skills, knowledge and answers of our national heritage, awareness of national heritage. So, and as you know, this motto of NSS is not me, but you, which expresses the democratic values and spirit through these words in the society. And many times education is seen through the lenses of only teaching and research. As I told you, NSS is the third dimension of education. So mostly in our education system, where in universities or in our college system, we focus more on teaching, and to little bit we focus on research. But the disappointing or disheartening point is the subject of extension is almost absent, or it is limited only in few institutions like agricultural universities or other courses. This extension part is included in the syllabus, and it is part of curriculum. Whereas in other traditional courses, the extension part is almost absent or it is neglected part. So this part, or what we call it as the vacuum, is very well, or it can be very well connected or filled with the help of NSS. This is my personal opinion, and through my experience, it can be very well, connected, or this vacuum can be, connected with the help of, a meaningful and effective implementation of NSS in college activities. So this extension component serves as the bridge between theoretical knowledge and practical application, ensuring that academic insights actively address real-world challenges and contribute to societal betterment. It is about transcending the traditional boundaries of classroom and laboratory to make a tangible impact on communities and individuals. So we can find a variety of dimensions in education. As I told you earlier, there are three aspects or components in education. Probably you can understand with the help of this slide, where you can observe the education trinity. So where you can observe three different aspects, like one is teaching, that is the foundational aspect, and the next level is the research, and the third level is extension. So that is what the core aspect of our discussion here, the role of NSS in extension activity. So as I said, this teaching and research are getting prominence, and they are playing very good share in the education system, whereas this extension is most neglected. So this teaching focuses on imparting knowledge and skills within the formal education settings. So everywhere from the primary level, and even if you take the graduation level or post-graduation level, teaching is very common. It is the common practice, especially in the Indian context and in developing countries, it is very, very common. Whereas research is to some extent, say for example, in higher education institutions and in research institutes and in postgraduate centers and research centers, we can find 10 to 20% of research component in the education system. So this research involves generating new knowledge and understanding through systematic inquiry. So teaching on one side, so on the other side we can find the research activity, and through research activity, the scholars, the professors and the students and research scholars are contributing for the development of the new knowledge, and they are adding to the new knowledge and new methodologies, new concepts, new theories, new principles are coming through this systematic inquiry, and it is the process of evolution of this knowledge system across the world. So, but there is a great disparity in developing countries. All these three components are well balanced, and it is going or moving in a very balanced way and meaningful way, and the end result is also getting in a good way through these extension activities, and the society is getting benefit out of teaching as well as research. But in our situation, we are having teaching as well as research, but we are lagging behind, far lagging behind in extension activities. So this extension activities, which bridges the gap between theory and practice by disseminating knowledge, providing services, and engaging in community outreach. So this way we can understand the role of extension in bridging the gap between theory and practice. So in essence, the extension is about making a real world impact. So through this extension, there should be some impact on society, or the world should get benefit, or the society should get benefit, and people should feel the results, outcome of the results of the theory as well as the research through their better living conditions, or by solving their day-to-day problems, the common problems, and the life should be improved, and it should contribute to better society. So that is the very purpose of this extension and the very purpose of the entire education trinity. And coming to the examples of extension activities. So I told you, NSS can play a very significant role as the extension agent in academics. So how this extension activities can be made by the youths and our teaching staff or our staff is through community development projects. So students, under the leadership of the teachers, they can take up many community projects. So they can go to the community, they can study the situation of the community, they can identify the problems, they can identify the situation, and through this keen observation of the society and keen observation of the process, so they can try to answer or find solutions to these problems with the help of the theoretical knowledge what they have gained at the time of their teaching and through their research, and they can extend these aspects to the society in order to bridge the gap between this theory and the practicals or the practice. They can act as the agents of change using the knowledge. In the course of this action community development projects, they can utilize the students, especially they can utilize the NSS students, volunteers. So each teacher will be having almost 50 to 100 NSS volunteers under one teacher, who is considered as the NSS program officer. So with the help of 100 students, you can take up wonderful projects which are very useful for the society, where you can share and you can contribute your knowledge. If you are a commerce professor, you can contribute your domain knowledge for the betterment of the society. You can give extension activities, you can give outreach programs. So all this education programs you can do, financial literacy programs you can conduct. So this way, a variety of programs you can take up, and you can contribute for give solutions for the poverty elevations, then health improvement or health planning, healthcare development, healthcare decisions. So and for the improvement of education, betterment of education in terms of quality, efficiency, accessibility. So in different varieties, teachers along with the NSS students contribute in a variety of ways. That is different community development projects. Similarly, through our teaching practices and through our research, we are good enough in some technical aspects. So we can provide technical assistance to the society or to the common man with the help of our students. So it may be, it may be commerce, or it may be economics, or it may be physics, or it may be mechanics, or it may be environmental science, or it may be soil science, or it may be agricultural science. So all this, in all these branches, we have a special technical expertise our teachers are possessing through our teaching experience as well as our research experience. And with this knowledge, we can carry forward, or we can provide expertise to common man in order to solve their problems. So similarly, we can conduct workshops, seminars, and public lectures to share knowledge and raise awareness. So whatever the knowledge we have, so frequently we can organize workshops, conferences, seminars. So instead of only involving students and teaching faculty, we can also make the publics to participate in these workshop seminars and these technical sessions. And by that, we can act as disseminators, or transfer the knowledge to the society through these outreach programs like workshops, seminars, and public lectures. So which helps people for getting the new knowledge and getting answers to their many problems and to improve their life quality, overall life quality. And similarly, there are variety of research in academics we can find. Some are basic and fundamental, pure research we find. And there are other type of research called applied research. So this applied research are at the end, it is going to find some answer or the solution to the problems of the society, the common problems, what they are day to day they are facing. So it may be economic problems or social problems, or it may be scientific problems. So through this education or through our expertise, we can contribute in order to conduct the research, and through this research and through this expertise, directly we can address the practical problems and challenges. The only thing is, these are all the different examples of how we can take extension activities through NSS by the NSS program officers with the help of NSS volunteers in educational institutions. So NSS has prescribed, so every unit has to perform 240 hours of regular activities and 120 hours of regular special camping activities. All these mandatory regulations have been made in NSS. So how this 120 hours and 240 hours can be planned, that is through this kind of activities. You can plan it, this 240 hours plus 120 hours for for carrying out these extension activities through community development projects, then technical assistance programs, these outreach programs, applied research. I have seen many examples. Many medical students, they will conduct the healthcare camps, so health checkup camps. Similarly, many veterinary science students, they will conduct health checkups for animals. Similarly, agricultural students, BSc agriculture students, so they conduct this agricultural extension programs like awareness on high yield variety programs, then insecticides, pesticides, then increasing crop protection programs. So like this, in their particular subject domain, they try to extend or transfer this technical knowledge or laboratory knowledge to the community in order to help the society for betterment of the common man. So on the same line, the the university teachers or the college teachers, they can think and they can plan accordingly. The common general subjects can also make they extend their hands for extension of the knowledge to the common societies. I have seen one of my close friend who is the professor in ancient history and archaeology and history. So he has done a very wonderful work in excavating the historical monuments, historical places by making his students NSS volunteers, and he has done wonderful work. So he teaches in the class. Then he took the students, NSS volunteers, to the camps, and in the camps they have made explored the field visit they have made, and they have made some new historical studies, and they have identified many monuments. So they have, this way they have documented, and they have published many research articles with the help of this kind of research work. So with that, academically we can grow, academically we can develop, we can publish research articles. At the same time, these academics are going to benefit the society, and this will greatly inspire our students. Instead of only teaching students in that four wall classrooms, this kind of going to the field in the form of extension will definitely inspire the students, youth community. So it is something like experiential learning. Students are going to exposed to the experiential learning, and they will get inspired, and they will understand the concepts very effectively, and through that they are able to grasp the subject, and they will motivate themselves to contribute the society, and they will realize the ultimate goal of education in a very meaningful manner. So this is how we can understand some of the examples of extension activities. And this this slide is showing how this extension activities contribute to the societal impact. So one is, you can observe in the right hand corner, community development projects. You can take up the community development projects, which initiatives addressing local issues like poverty, health. Then you can share, you can contribute technical assistance by providing expertise to enhance organizational capabilities. And similarly, you can make outreach programs by conducting workshops, seminars, educational efforts to raise public awareness. Then similarly, you can make do research, which are mostly applied in research. Then research directly tackling practical challenges. It gives answers to the societal problems, something like that. Then coming to the historical background of National Service Scheme. So this is the background of this education and extension activities, and we need to understand how this National Service Scheme has evolved, what is its goal, what is its aim, and in what way it is going to play its role as the agent of extension or third dimension of education. So that part we need, in order to understand, we need to understand its socio-economic, historical background of National Service Scheme. So we are all aware that initially I told it was established in the year 1969. So almost in the fourth 5-year planning period, it was established in India under the Ministry of Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports. So initially, during our at the time of independence, India was facing many challenges. You are all aware of it. If you are a student, if you are the practitioner of political science or economics or Indian history or anything, any subject, you are all well aware. So what was the situation of India and what were the challenges faced during the time of independence? So like poverty, unemployment, then neglect of youth community in the administrative process or in the decision making, they were excluded. Then a lot of inequality in different fields, in different walks of life. Then a lot of illiteracy, majority were illiterates. Then a lot of political unrest across the country. Then it was suffering, and its preparedness to face the challenges of natural calamities was very, very weak. We were not capable of handling the situations of natural calamities, and the number of economic loss and the demographic loss were also very high, very long back. The spirit of region and regionalism was much than the national spirit, and nationalism were very less, and social evils were great. It is too much. So that was the situation. And at that situation, so India was facing so much of challenge, and it has to overcome all that challenges. So keeping all these challenges, our political thinkers, leaders have began to think how the youths of the nation can be utilized in order to face all this challenge. And no doubt the youths are resourceful, they are capable of doing things, but how this great resource of youth can be utilized for nation building. So all these thoughts came up very long back. Initially, that is at the time of independence, and during the time of the freedom movement. So for all this, the contribution of the great thought of Gandhi and the great thinker Rabindranath Tagore, their philosophy of go back to the village, that movement, that Sevagram project, rural development programs of Mahatma Gandhi, and Sevagram project, and similarly the Tagore's Srinitiketan approach in order to the rural development. So his own strategies and his efforts in order to develop the rural folks and rural communities in the West Bengal. So all these activities and their writings, their work inspired our national leaders, and they have began to think to reconstruct our nation by using the national youth. So on that line, the thought process of involving students in education and using them for national reconstruction has started. In 1948, probably you are all aware, at that time, University Grant Commission was not established. It was established in 1953. But prior to that, University Education Commission was established in 1948 under the chairmanship of Dr. Radhakrishnan. So, who recommended for the introduction of national service for the first time? So, in the academic institutions on a voluntary basis, with a view to develop healthy contacts between students and teachers on the one hand, and establishing a constructive linkage between campus and the community. So the first thought is from great academician and the statesman, Professor Radhakrishnan, when he was the chairman of the University Education Commission in 1948. Then this idea was again considered by CABE, that is Central Advisory Board of Education, in 1950. And this recommended that students should devote some time to manual work and voluntary basis. And in the draft first 5-year plan in 1952, so it has recognized and recommended the need for social and labor service for students for 1 year, but it was not implemented. So similarly, in 1958, the former Prime Minister Nehru, who took initiatives, and he wrote a letter to all the chief ministers at that time, social service as a prerequisite for graduation. He further directed the Minister of Education to formulate a suitable scheme for introduction of national service into the academic institution. And in 1959, a draft outline of the scheme was placed before Education Ministers' Conference. So, but for obvious reason, it was not executed even in 1959, in spite of all these recommendations appointed by this Prime Minister at that time. Then, in pursuance of these recommendations, after that, a National Service Committee was appointed under the chairmanship of C.D. Deshmukh in 1959. But somehow this also has not been come into force. Again, another committee has been established to study the national service by students implemented in several other countries in order to develop this model in the country, and to prepare the report on national service for the youth under the leadership of K.G. Saidin in 1960s. Then in 1969, we can find the Vice Chancellor's Conference in 1969 September, and in that conference, the Kothari Commission report, that is the Education Commission, Kothari Education Commission report 1968, has placed in 1969 in the Vice Chancellor Conference, and this Vice Chancellor Conference has recommended for this implementation of this national service scheme. To work experience and national service should be an integral part of education. And under this conference, a national service could be a powerful instrument for national integration. So that has been recommended to introduce this scheme for urban students to rural life. After that, after a lapse of some time, the Planning Commission has allocated initial amount of rupees 5 crore in fourth plan and as a pilot project in some universities. And finally, under the chairmanship of VK.R.V. Rao, he was the former education minister, at that time Union Education Minister. The National Service Scheme was implemented in 1969, September 24th, which is the year of Gandhi centenary, birth centenary. So this way, very meaningfully on the day of Mahatma Gandhi birth centenary, this program was implemented very with a very thoughtfully with a great vision, with a great idea, by taking the spirits and thought of the principles of Gandhi, Rabindranath Tagore, and Ambedkar. So all these constitutional spirits, everything has been democratic values, socialistic spirit, humanistic values. All the considering all these great values of our country, this scheme has been introduced across the country in selected universities in a small way. So initially, the enrollment was started with 40,000, and later in by 95, 96, it has crossed more than 11 lakhs across the country. And currently it is almost 40 lakhs, 39.87 lakhs, and it is introduced at various levels. So at graduation level, even at +2 level, even at post-graduation, technical education, medical education, so polytechnic. So in almost all higher education streams, this national service scheme has been introduced. So in this context, NSS is thus a concrete attempt in making campus relevant to the needs of the community. So if you very quickly, if you look into the core values of NSS, what are the core values of NSS? So I told you, it has got very important human values, great qualities, great values, universal values it has inculcated. So one is democracy, inculcating democratic values and practices among the students, and by inculcating these values among students, and these values and principles are expected to be disseminated to the common man or to the society to raise the level of thinking of the common man, and similarly to propagate and promote the principles of socialism, social equality and justice. So these are all our democratic principles. And similarly, the secularism, the spirit of secularism, fostering respect for all religions and cultures. So that is another core value of NSS. Then one more important value of national service scheme is a national integration, the spirit of national integration, or building the unity and harmony among diverse communities. Then self-reliance, encouraging self-dependence and community service. Then humanitarianism, cultivating compassion and concern for the others. So these are the very important core values which are practicing in national service scheme. And with the help of this inculcating these core values to the youths, we are expecting to develop a very good, great personalities and great human resource, young force, youthful force to the society. And they are the torch bearers and catalysts in societal change and societal transformation. They are going to act as a great leaders, transformers. And these are the primary aims of NSS. You can observe here the primary aims of national service scheme. One is social responsibility, instilling a sense of duty towards society. So it is not just getting education, getting degrees, getting marks card, getting good job. So that itself is not the work of or the purpose of education or national service scheme. In addition to education, getting empower themselves, the students, volunteers, they should grow in terms of their personality, their thoughts, their knowledge, their skills, all this. Then they should contribute to the society and they should have the social responsibility, sense of duty towards the society. And similarly, they should encourage active contribution to the society. Then the personal growth and self-awareness, personality development, then the spirit of democracy and secularism, then constructive activities by engaging in positive and productive efforts. So this is what we are expecting from the NSS. That is specific objectives like community service activities, environmental protection programs, rural development programs, disaster reliefs, rehabilitation programs, awareness programs. So all these are the programs which are going to be conducted in national service scheme as the extension activities. Then coming to the significance of this NSS as an extension activity or the third dimension of education. So I told you, this is the third dimension of education. What is its significance? How it contributes in the development of the students. So it is not just facilitating or encouraging the students alone, but it is also significant and encourages both the students as well as teacher community in their development, that is overall development of students as well as the teachers. If you take up the how significant this extension activities in the real world situation or in the holistic development is, as far as students are concerned, it helps in real world application. So whatever they gain the knowledge in education with through this national service scheme activities, so that knowledge is ultimately going to benefit the real world application. They are able to provide a bridge between theoretical knowledge and practical applications. Students learn to apply their classroom learning to address real world challenges, fostering critical thinking and problem solving skills. So they will learn all this knowledge in the classroom, or otherwise they will learn in the laboratories. But when they go to the field or when they go to the community with this knowledge, theoretical and conceptual knowledge, they are able to learn how this knowledge can be applied in real-time situations. So this knowledge through experience, through involvement, through practice, and through the supervision of the teachers, they are going to learn. So this is the greatest strength of the NSS. They are going to apply their knowledge in real-world situation or real-time situations through this critical thinking and problem-solving skills. And similarly, students are able to make or engage in social impact through this community service or through this outreach activities. So it cultivates a sense of social responsibility and empathy. So it is not just writing the exam, getting the scores or getting the credits or getting the good CGPA. So that itself is not education. So the real purpose of education is going to be realized to the students through these activities. So they will get the sense of the social responsibility and they will get the attitude of empathy towards the needy or the downtrodden or regarding the problems of the society. So students develop a deeper understanding of societal issues and their role in creating positive changes. They will act as a catalyst in the change. They will provide solutions. They will provide answer to the problems. and they will extend their knowledge to provide services. Say, for example, a soil scientist, a geologist, an earth scientist, or environmental scientist, or a botany student. So they can contribute for a farmer by surveying the soil. They can test the soil. They can understand the problems, issues, challenges of that soil. They provide the strategies to overcome the problems, the remedies. So that way, the students and teachers, they can provide their knowledge, and they can provide they can take up the responsibility to social challenges or the societal challenges or this many issues through their knowledge and their technical expertise, providing technical expertise. And similarly, there is a lot of opportunity for the students to develop their personality or personal growth. So while doing all these activities, so it fosters personal growth by enhancing communication. So while doing this, extension activities through different activities or through this workshops, seminars, or communication, so this students and the teachers, they need to communicate with the common man or to the with us, many people. So in the course of this sort of communication and this established enhancement activities, so their ability, communication ability is going to enhance, and they will learn the teamwork. So they will learn how to work as a team rather than individuals. So the greatest difficulty is you can work as a individuals, but working as a member of a team and working under the leader as a member, a common member, it is very, very challenging. And handling as a leader all other members is also a great challenge. So all these skills by the students as well as a teacher, while handling all these 100 students and the community people, so they are going to learn all these communication techniques, then building the teams, managing the teams, then the leadership qualities, the interpersonal skills. So all this are going to mold the personality of both the teacher as well as the students, and this enhances the confidence and sense of accomplishment of the students. And with all this, it is going to benefit in the process of finding the better career of the students, the career development. The practical experience gained through extension activities can enhance employability and provide valuable skills for future careers of the youths. So this is how we can find the greatest advantages in different ways to the students through this personal growth, social impacting, then career development, real world application, then professional development. So all this, it leads to the overall development of the students. So through this community engagement. And similarly, it is also going to benefit the teachers also. As I said, it is not just helping the students, since you are all the beginners in the career of teaching. So you have still long way to go, and in this process, with the help of national service scheme and with the help of your teaching assignments, so you can become a very good teachers, and you can become a very good practitioners of your subject through adopting this extension activities and extension techniques. So with that, you could be enhanced teaching extension through extension activities, which provide valuable insights into the real world problems, which can be integrated into classroom teaching, making it more relevant and engaging for students. So with the help of this kind of activities, you are going to be more and more relevant and in your subject. Otherwise, mere looking at the textbook or preparing the text notes and delivering these notes or disseminating the information to the students. So this will not going to be very effective teaching, and it is not going to be meaningful and relevant engagement of a teacher with the students or to the community. So the real engagement of teacher is only when he try to extend his knowledge and connect his knowledge for the benefit of the society. So that makes a big difference, and the teacher is going to motivate the students, and the teacher will definitely look as a hero in terms of, in the eyes of both the community as well as from the point of the students. So that way the teacher is going to be empowered himself after over a period of time when he is involved, engaged with in extension activities through this NSS. And similarly, his professional development is also going to be a very good, which this extension activities allows teachers to develop their leadership, organizational skills, and community engagement skills. So all these skills are going to be developed. So a teacher can deliver lecture within the classroom, but when he is asked to make some organization and execute some programs and execute the real challenges, face the real challenges, so during that time it is very difficult. It needs practice, and for that this national service scheme, being the program officer and being subject expert, you can very effectively develop yourself as a professional leader through your leadership, and you can learn organization skills. Then you can very effectively, meaningfully engage with the community with your subject and with the help of your students, and you are always get connected through this extension activities by helping to the community, and you can better understand the needs and challenges faced by the local people, and you are going to be very close with the community, and you will be treated as a very good teacher as well as a very good leader and a troubleshooter, something like that, and your influence in the society is going to be expanded, and you will be considered as a great personality in the societies rather than considering just as a teacher. So you will be considered as a great personality, influencer, something like that. So in addition to that, the personal fulfillment with all these extension activities, so you are able to contribute to the community through extension work, provides teachers with a sense of personal satisfaction and fulfillment. So some sort of personal satisfaction is going to get. So this is the ultimate goal of our life. So whatever you do, it is not just getting salary or getting some good house or getting good education to our own children. So that itself is not sufficient. So it is, we should go beyond that. So we should contribute to the society. Some personal satisfaction is required. So in order to get this personal satisfaction, good name, fame, and if we want to give it back to the society, whatever we have, get a lot of resources in our personal development from the society. So we have to give it back in this forum. So in essence, extension is a vital component of holistic development, fostering well-rounded individuals who are not only academically proficient, but also socially responsible and engaged citizens. So this is how both teacher as well as students can get mold their personality, and they can contribute to the society as a whole in the long run, and their personality, the students' personality is going to mold, so they can grow as a leaders, and at the same time your personality as a teacher, as a citizen, as a leader, as a part of community. So you are also going to mold, and your influence and your name is also going to be very very effective, and your role is going to be very significant. So you will find some sort of satisfaction as a citizen, as a as a professionalist. So you will get some sort of satisfaction, both from the student's point of view and from the community point of view. So you will be a different man, and you will be a different personality. So at the end, what you can find with all this? So one side, education, that is one phase, and on the other side, you can find the national service scheme, and in between, this national service scheme bridges this education and the society using the extension activities. So through these extension activities, we, the students, as well as the professors who are involved in teaching and research, will become relevant to the society by giving solution to the real world challenges, real world problems. So we will become always relevant in our subject and in our practice through our NSS students and volunteers and with our students. And secondly, we are socially we will become relevant, and we can impact socially. So it is not just classroom impact. So with the help of classroom, lab, technology, research, innovations, all this are going to be disseminated to the society, and at the end, society is going to be get benefited, impacted. So that is how we can play very significant role in societal impact by the academicians, and we can develop the very good healthy society, and we can develop good youths. We can mold the youths, we can motivate the youths, and we can set as example ourselves to the students, in the eyes of the students. So we can become the point of inspiration for our students through these activities and through these actions. And our personality development is going to happen through these NSS activities and through these extension activities. And at the end, with all this impact, that is through this impact, this social impact, this personal growth, so definitely it is going to impact on career development, career growth. So if suppose probably you are shortly you are going to be assessed by the NAC. So you have to submit the various forms of NAC and various reports you have to submit. Various criterias are there. So in all these formats, you will be asked for to fill your extension, your contribution to the society, your conference, your innovations, how you are relevant, how you are socially relevant. All these questions are going to be asked in the NAC questionnaire, and you need to fill all this, and you have to provide sufficient evidences, documents to answer all this, and you have to justify yourself, your progress, your achievement, all these academic achievements you have to record. So for all this NSS and your academic extension activities, so they are going to provide very good boost and material resources, and you can showcase your contribution, and that directly or indirectly going to help in your career growth. So if you want to proceed for the next level of your career advancement, so you have to show some progress in your career. So NSS through this helps in many ways. And similarly, it is not only in your career, in promotion, but sometimes you have to face many interviews when you go to for some interviews or some other professions or some other fields or some other positions, administrations, or some other important positions like registrar or PMEB director or academic staff college director, something like that. When you go for such positions for interview or when you apply, so these points are going to be add, and your how in what extent he is committed to the society for the cause of societies. All these aspects are going to be indicated or reflected through your this your biodata or CVs. So for that, this national service scheme activities and these extension activities are going to help in a greater way. So from all this point of view, it is going to help you for the students as well as for the teachers. The role of teachers as mentors and guides in shaping the future of NSS. So the role of teachers as mentors and guides for the students, and they should encourage active participation in NSS activities. In case if you are assigned this responsibility as NSS program officers in the colleges, and if you got the responsibility to lead the NSS unit in your college, so you have to take up this initiative and try to develop your personality and try to motivate the students and try to mold their personality and try take up the try to get the good name for the institution as well as the university through your activities. Try to make innovative activities, try to make very impactful programs, not just in number, that is in one it should be in terms of impact to the society. So that way you can contribute as a program officers by motivating the students at the college level. So at the end, I will conclude my presentation with a quote of Swami Vivekananda. So we're all in the teaching community, we are all dedicated to the service of this nation, and we are all dedicated to build the future citizens of this country. We are, that India is full of youths. We have a lot of energy. We call it as Youngistan. So, but very important thing is the question of quality. We have quantity now. We have to transform this quantity into quality. So that is the real challenge for all the teaching fraternity, for all this teaching community. We have very good resourceful youths in our hand. Our responsibility is mold them, make them responsible, make them useful to the society and responsible. So in that way, we have to contribute to society. So where it is very good to remember the quote of Swami Vivekananda, the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. So this emphasizes that selfless service leads to self-discovery and fulfillment. I hope all of you will take this, the real spirit of education and extension and the spirit of national service scheme, and take up the national service scheme to your heart and soul, and you will adopt the spirit of national service scheme, and you will contribute to the betterment of the students, youth in your jurisdiction. Thank you for patience.